So, Wani, this is 209. I'm going to let you kick it off and get us started because you're better at that. I don't like doing that part. So,
All right. So we'll do it then. So Jody B, I know you're ready. You logged on. You come ready. You bring it every time. Anthony, you ready, sir?
I'm as ready as I will be.
Hello and welcome to Disney with the Ducks. I'm your host for tonight, Lonnie G, and I am joined by everyone's favorite duck, Jody B. Jody, how are you doing today?
I'm awesome. Hi, friends. How are you guys?
Well, I'm pretty sure everybody's good because they get to hear from you. And we have a very special guest joining us today, and that's Anthony. First time on the show, Anthony. Happy you're here, sir. How are you today?
I'm great. I'm excited to finally get on to Disney with the Ducks. So, yeah, excited to
Man,
be
you know what,
here.
Anthony? I'm gonna be honest with you. There's no wait, man. You can always just holler. We're just here, guys. This is episode 209. Anthony is joining us to recap the recent Run Disney Princess Weekend. But before we get started, because I'm telling you, I'm very excited to hear the recap. I have never run the Princess race. Never. It was one of the ones I've never participated in because of my hatred of running. But before we get started, if you like what you hear, I ask that you guys just do us a solid and just give us a review. 5 stars to show Anthony some love. Any feedback do you have for us? Or you'd like to hear us do a show? You're one of our 6 listeners. Hey, feel free. Let us know. Hop in, give us a review, give us some feedback. Any complaints, like I said, you can forward those to Gene because 9 out of 10 it's because it's a complaint because of him. So with that being said, we're going to transition straight into it. Anthony, you are fresh off of Princess Weekend. I've been following on the socials. Like I said, can't wait to hear about it. Why don't you start us off by kind of just telling us a little bit about yourself and then how you decided to run Princess.
I let's see, where do we start? I was lucky enough to meet Jody and Tim back in the marathon weekend 2023. I ran Dopey and was lucky enough to run the marathon with Jody and Tim and John and Dave. And
Best
then,
marathon.
yeah, hitting Everest at mile 16 or whatever it is was a blast. Had so much fun. Went back in 2025 and did Dopey again. So
Hold on. Big important factor here. Anthony was part of Team Save Caleb. So on Marathon Sunday, he was part of the group. It was Anthony, myself, and Rick and Tim, and it was the 4 of us. And we went into the tent, and we were part of the Team Save Caleb. So Anthony was all a part of all of that. So.
See, I didn't know that. See, that's even more. It deepens the story. You're a part of Operation Save Perfect Dopey.
Absolutely. It was a blast. Run Disney weekends are amazing. You meet some awesome people, make lifelong friends. So it was a blast. I actually took my family. They came with in both years actually, but in 2025, my wife and my sister and my brother-in-law ran their first half marathon that weekend. They kind of got the bug, got hooked, and we kind of started looking, hey, when can we do this again? Princess Weekend was, I think the dates were just announced then, and it happened to fall on my niece's 5th birthday. She turned 5 the day before the expo. We knew we had to celebrate her because when she was born 5 years ago, she was born at 25 weeks. So she is a miracle child, a little miracle baby. I think she was like a pound when she was born. My brother-in-law's wedding ring would fit around her leg. So she is truly a miracle baby. So we were celebrating her. She was excited. She wanted to run the 5K, walk the 5K with us. So she was excited to finally get to join in. So we knew we just had to make it down for Princess Weekend, and here we are.
Oh, that's awesome. Celebrating the little blessing of a princess day before her birthday, running Princess. You can't write a better story, right?
Yeah, it was great. She had a blast, and we actually all ended up wearing tutus for her for the 5K.
As you should.
I wasn't really planning on it, but when she FaceTimed me and she says, "Uncle, will you wear a tutu?" I was like, "Yes, I will."
I mean, for Princess Race Weekend, it's not uncommon to see everybody wearing tutus. I mean, you get a lot of tutus at Run Disney races, but I think that weekend in particular, the ratio to tutu to not tutu is pretty high. So
yeah, absolutely, it was a blast. I think I had some Tinkerbell wings on too, so we made the most of it.
You went all in, man. I love it.
I did.
So, Anthony, I know this was a kind of a quick trip. What day did you guys head down to Walt Disney World?
So yeah, we flew out Wednesday morning. We took the 6 a.m. flight, and we our flight actually got in 45 minutes early, which
what?
Yeah, it was crazy. We landed at, I think it was 7:40. So that's never happened. And the crazy thing is, we went down to get our bags. Our bags were there waiting for us. We jumped on Magical Express, didn't have to wait at all. So it was the quickest trip out of getting in and out of the airport. It was unreal.
So who was it with you? It was you and your wife and daughter, and who obviously your niece.
Yeah. Yep, it was me, my wife, and my daughter. And then my parents went with, and then my sister and her husband and their 2 children. Elle, she's 5, and then Hank, he is 7. And then my daughter is 9.5. So,
oh my gosh, how's she 9.5 already?
I have no idea. It's scary. So yeah, and then actually my wife, one of her high school friends from Colorado, they did marathon weekend with us in 2025. She ended up getting a bib, and she was down there with her family, so she joined in with all the running activities as well.
That's awesome. So most importantly, you all survived registration, because that's a harrowing experience when you're trying to get a big group. And you had a really big reason for wanting to do this too, to celebrate her and her big 5th birthday. So can you think back to registration and how chaotic that was, trying to get that many 5K bibs?
Yeah, it was nuts. We had a big group chat, and everyone was we were getting whatever we could. I think my sister ended up getting in early, and she was able to snag a lot of the bibs for us. So then it was trying to shuffle everything around and transfer all of the bibs to the correct accounts and make sure we had everything. So it was very stressful. I think I follow on the Telegram app, and as soon as my sister said, "I got you in for the 5K," I got a notification that they were sold out. So I think we got some of the last bibs for the 5K. And it was crazy. We did, me, my sister, and my wife, we all did the Fairy Tale Challenge and the 5K. So we did all 3 races. My brother-in-law did the 5K and the half, and then my parents and all the kids did just the 5K. So it was a lot.
Parents on kid duty when the rest of you all were running?
Yeah, absolutely. And they love it. They love it. That's what Mimi and Papa are here for. They live for that. So it was all good.
Yeah. I find Princess sells out basically faster than any other race, and because of the number of entrants, right, and how many people that want to do it, the time of year. I mean, literally, it always sells out really fast.
Yeah,
so, congrats,
it was crazy.
Guys, in that.
Someone up there was helping us out, because how we got a 9 5K bibs and then all the other bibs, it was pure luck.
Well, I special occasion to celebrate a special little girl. So that's awesome. Okay, so you guys flew down on Wednesday, February 25th of this is 2026. So in case anybody hears it in years of the future, had an absolutely amazing flight down, landed early. Clearly, your rooms would not be ready at 7:45 in the morning. So which resort were you heading to for this weekend?
So we were staying at Saratoga Springs. We had a 1 bedroom and we crashed in that with my parents. And then my sister and her family had a studio. And
Awesome.
then my Kelsey, my wife, her friend was also staying at Saratoga. Just magically, they already had everything booked. And we're like, this is weird. They were staying in a studio, but then some of their friends had a treehouse for the race weekend, which kind of gave me a little bit of anxiety trying to just get to the race, adding that extra layer. So that was kind of interesting to hear about as well. So
yeah, I think if I stayed in a treehouse, I'd have to have a car and just drive myself to the race. I think it'd be too onerous. But so were your rooms by each other, or were you? Because that's a big resort.
No, we were in the spring section, and I believe my sister, they were in the paddock section. So it wasn't too far. It was probably like a 5-minute walk in between the two. But yeah.
Awesome. So you get there Wednesday morning and you're homeless for a while. I'm assuming. I shouldn't make that assumption. I mean, every once in a while you show up really early and your room's ready, but probably not.
No, we were homeless, so we dropped our stuff off, and let's see. The first thing we were going to head to Disney Springs, but we were so early that even we were basically rope dropping Disney Springs. So we went and killed time at the pro shop at Saratoga Springs at the Lake Buena Vista Golf Course, and I did a little bit of shopping there before we headed over to Disney Springs. So
I've never been there. I know Scotty G and Anthony, not you, Anthony, the other Anthony, like it a lot. So tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. They have two pro shops. The one at the Palm and Magnolia is a lot larger, and but they pretty much have all the same stuff. They have a lot of cool like Disney golf T-shirts, and they're stepping up their merchandise. So it's kind of a cool stop if anyone's a big golfer and is looking for a specific, a different souvenir that you can't really get in the parks or anything. I actually saw that the day before they released a new line of a bunch of new golf hats. So I had to stop and go deposit some money there.
I mean, Anthony, let's be honest. It's Mickey's money. So you're just giving Mickey what he has. But absolutely. I will tell you, they have the best ball markers there. So I got one, and I'm like, I hate to kind of, use it as a ball marker because I don't want to forget. I lose a bunch of them, and I don't want to lose this one. So yeah.
Yeah, we usually swing by one of the pro shops every visit, and I snag something and add it to my collection. So yeah, they're stepping up their game. They got a lot of cool stuff. So
good tip.
So yeah, we checked that out, and then we headed over to Disney Springs, and we were still there right when they opened. We were walking in. We don't really. When we hit up Disney Springs, we're always in kind of like the heart of it all, over down by the World of Disney. So we kind of entered in on the other end of Disney Springs, over by Everglades Donuts. So we stopped and got some donuts there. They were really, really good.
I'm sure they were fresh at that hour.
Yeah, they were fresh. It was a nice snack. And then we just headed over and just did some shopping, took the kids to the Lego store, and then we went to the World of Disney. Backtrack, my sister and her husband were spending the day with Elle because that was actually on her 5th birthday. So they were at the Magic Kingdom with her doing Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique and eating at Cinderella's Castle, having kind of a special day with her. So we had their son, and he was hanging out with us and Lucy and my parents, and we were just shopping and killing some time. So, yeah.
Well, that's really cool. Nice.
Yeah, and then we kind of just hung there, and then we went to, after we did some shopping, we ate a little bit of lunch at Polite Pig. It's always our go-to.
Hey, this trip is LG approved. We got a Polite Pig stop. So
Yeah,
yeah,
my
you're doing it
wife
right.
my wife introduced me to the turkey BLT, the turkey bacon, and it is amazing. I'm sold.
I mean, hey,
So
man, look, the bacon is the candy of meats. So you had
yeah,
me on that.
I'm not a big turkey person, but this sandwich is it's a new favorite for sure. So we did that, and then we hit up. We left and went to the monorail resorts and went to the Polynesian and um, stopped at Tambu Lounge, of course. Had a Lapu Lapu,
Now,
and then made
this podcast is John approved.
Yeah, now
yeah.
it's John approved.
That is my favorite drink and my dad's favorite drink. So it's always a must when we're at Disney World. So we just kind
Anthony, I
of
got a question for you.
yeah.
With or without the pineapple?
Uh, we get it without the pineapple now. You only get it with the pineapple if it's for Instagram.
Exactly. You doing right.
You
only
save like the $7 and just put it in the plastic cup and you're good.
Yeah.
But for your first ever Lapu Lapu, it's got to be in the pineapple.
Yeah. But once the camera drinks first, as it does when you take that first picture, then you don't have to worry about it anymore. Get the cup.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. So yeah, we walked around the Polynesian, did some more shopping, and then went over to the Grand Floridian and checked out the new lobby, the bird cage bar, whatever it may be. Just kind of hung there, and we met up with my sister and her husband and Elle. And then we actually had dinner that night at Wilderness Lodge with Snow White and Dopey and Grumpy at Artist Point. So
I haven't been there in a while. How was your experience?
The atmosphere is awesome. The food, we did it back when I think it was probably the first month or two it opened. We went and it was the same. It was just like, the food was just kind of, it's not really anything to write home about. I thought it's been long enough. Let's give it another shot. And it was kind of the same. The atmosphere is awesome. The characters are really cool. The food is just kind of so.
Yeah, that's a bummer. It could be really awesome if they stepped up their food game.
Yeah.
I guess they don't have to because they've got characters there.
Yeah. That, I mean, it's one of my favorite photos is of Lucy when I think she was 3, and with her with the evil queen that you can meet after dinner because she's just cheesing and is so happy thinking she's meeting this beautiful queen and princess, and the disgust look on the evil queen's face is great. So it will always have a special place in my heart just for that photo. But yeah, food is so.
Yeah, it's a great character meet though. So okay, so you finished dinner and then did you watch the fireworks while you were up there or?
We did not. We were toast. We were done and ready to call it a night. We were up early with catching our early flight. So we headed back. We actually took a minivan back to Saratoga just because we did not want to have to jump on the boat and then catch a bus. So we took a Uber and then a minivan for the kids and got back pretty quick. So
oh, that had to be so fun going in the
they loved it. It was I think it was our second time ever taking a minivan. So Lucy doesn't really remember the first time, and they all loved it. All the kids, they had Mickey Mouse playing, and it was great.
Monty G, if you ever go back to Hoop-de-Doo, what do you take?
I take the minivan. And how do I identify the minivan? I open the Lyft app and look for the highest selection.
One that's the most expensive.
Most expensive one, that's the one you take. But it will get you the Hoop-de-Doo, so there you go. It's worth it.
All right. Well, that sounds like quite the fun first day. I mean, that's a long day arrival day, but no parks that day, but still a lot to do and a lot to see. So good meals, good characters, good family time, all the stuff.
Yep. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was good.
All right, so
So
Thursday is a non-race day. It's Expo Day. How did you guys spend your Thursday?
Thursday, we got up and we're ready to join the virtual boarding groups and all of that for the merchandise. Um, we were able to snag group 1 and group 2.
Well done.
Yeah. So that was awesome. We actually needed two groups because there were so many of us. And I'm just going to thank the Discord server, the BOGP Discord server.
Mhm.
So yeah, we snagged group 1 and 2, and we're ready to go. And we were actually waiting for the buses, and they weren't starting until I think 9:30. So we just jumped in an Uber instead and got to the expo. So we were there early and ready to go because we knew the with the new shoes release and all of the merchandise, it was going to be probably. I was expecting it to be pretty nuts and pretty hectic, and it definitely delivered.
Yeah, I've seen videos of past Princess weekends when let's just say it was pandemonium on the first day for getting certain things. So I'm glad you got a 1 and 2, which made it pretty cool.
Yeah, it relieved a lot of anxiety and stress. So we were excited to get that and get over there and get our bibs and everything. We were also doing Hollywood Studios that day. So with the kids, we really wanted to try to get in and out of the expo as soon as we could so they could enjoy the parks because they were ready to ride some rides and have some fun.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's talk about a little bit of merch because this was a big race. All of you were doing the 5K. So, did you get any 5K merch? Who was the character for the 5K? Will you remind me?
The 5K was Merida.
Merida. Oh,
Yeah.
that's fun. All
Yeah.
right.
So um, I didn't buy any merch. My wife took care of that. She bought enough for for us. So nah, she didn't get a lot. They had a really cool mug that she snagged a mug. We got the ornament, the shoe ornament that we have one from every race weekend we've done. Trying to think. I was kind of disappointed the hats they have or they just I don't want to. It felt cheap. I probably would have bought a cool hat if it was like the. I'm sure you've seen the Disney Cruise line,
Yeah.
the Nike hat, dry fit hats.
Mhm.
If they just stitched Princess Weekend on that, I feel like that probably would have sold really well. But there were a ton of hats, just people really weren't interested, and so yeah, that's really all I was kind of looking for. See if they had a cool hat or something. Um, but
Well, and then you did a little
trying to
shopping,
think. We didn't. I
which
don't,
I gotta
yes.
give because Anthony. So we all know that now Disney's releasing different shoes for race weekends, and I happen to have a daughter whose birthday was during Princess Race weekend, and I saw that they dropped a Rapunzel shoe, and she is kind of obsessed with Rapunzel. Had her graduation pictures taken in front of the Rapunzel bathrooms, so she kind of likes Rapunzel. So Anthony was an incredible friend and went and picked up a pair of Rapunzel shoes for my daughter for her birthday, which she will be getting on Saturday when she gets home from college. So this will drop after she's home, so she's not gonna know about it. So total surprise to her. So I'm super thankful, very appreciative of that, and because I was like, "Are you sure you're gonna have room in your luggage? Like, are you sure this is okay?" He's like, "Yeah, I got you." I'm like, thank you. So,
Yeah, it was great. I actually had a bunch of room in my luggage this trip, so it worked out great. And I take that back. I did buy my wife the same exact shoes. I knew she would. I knew she wanted them, and I was like, "Look, this is like you're not going to be able to buy them if I walk out of here." So
yeah,
I
they
did
had
snag her a pair as well.
they had Belle, Rapunzel, Moana. Were those the three that I saw?
Yes, and I think that was it.
Yeah. That's awesome,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Thank
those, I think the Rapunzel ones were the first ones to sell out. So it was the line. I think there was like 3 lines you had to wait in to get shoes. It was crazy.
oh, well, extra
But
thank
yeah, no, it was worth it. And yeah, I love helping you out. So
I owe you a celebratory beverage next time I see you. So let's figure out when that is. But yeah, I appreciate it. All right. So Expo, you all survived. How were the line? Were you? Oh, I do have a question. I asked this about Jelani and Sarah at Disneyland, and so I'm going to ask you the same question. You know, at Dopey this year, they had this special section for Dopey participants. You had to show your Dopey bib in order to buy Dopey merch. So for the challenge, the Princess, what do they call it? The glass slipper challenge? Is that the name of it? Did they have you go in a special line for that merchandise or show any participation for that?
that is a good question. Because I don't think we actually bought any specific merch for the challenge.
If you didn't see a huge queue lined up in the merch area for something, then probably not. I'm wondering if they just are doing it for marathon weekend. I
Yeah,
don't.
man, I actually didn't pay attention. I saw there was a long queue for the Pandora station they had, and then the queue for the shoes to get in the line for the shoes. They had those two next to each other. So yeah, I honestly I don't know. I don't think they did, but I could be wrong.
I think it may be a dopey thing just because there's so few dopey bibs in the grand scheme of things, and everyone, rushes and gets a whole bunch, and I think they have to limit them. So maybe they'll do it, and we'll just see. Uh, Maybe we'll see for Wine and Dining. Maybe they just kind of like tested it there, and then you know,
Yeah.
running out for the next
Yeah,
season. So we'll
yeah,
see.
they will have to figure something out if they ever release a dopey shoe. Um,
Oh, it's gonna be
they will,
pandemonium.
yeah, they'll have to
Cats and
figure
dogs
something
live
out.
together, total chaos.
Yeah, that will be
Yeah.
nuts.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oof.
I'll be the first one in line for that dopey shoe.
I will wait all day for that shoe.
Everyone be like, "Why are your legs so tired?" I waited in line for a shoe.
Yeah,
All right, so the kids survived the expo, which for kids is not the most exciting thing, but you got your bibs, you got your shirts, you got your merch, and off you go. So did you go back to the resort to drop everything before you went to Hollywood Studios?
yeah. So my brother-in-law and I took everything back to Saratoga, and we sent the kids and everyone else off to Hollywood Studios, and then we met them there, and we actually ended up getting there right at the same exact time. We took an Uber, of course, to Hollywood Studios once we left Saratoga, and we were walking through security together. It was weird how well the timing worked out. So
Yeah,
yeah,
because
we were there.
where did they go? Because you can't
I
take a
sent them to I sent them to Riviera, and then
oh,
they jumped on the Skyliner.
Smart.
That they were gonna head to Pop Century, but the bus for the Riviera was there waiting. So I was like, just go there and ride the Skyliner. The kids love the Skyliner, so it was kept them happy and checked that box as well. So
It tells you the amount of time it takes to get around Disney Park. It's funny. This weekend I met a family that was Disneyland is their home resort, and I just happened to be in Florida and at an event, and they were down there, and they said, yeah, we came and we did Disney World for the first time, and we did all 4 parks on the same day. And I said, what was your biggest takeaway as compared to Disneyland? And they said the amount of time it takes to get from park to park. Because Disneyland, you just walk out, walk to the Ducks Park, and you're there, right? You can go park to park to park to park, easy. But they were like, by the time the end of the day came, it's like we were in a scooter trying to get around. It was just crazy.
yeah, and that's where the Ubers really helped with staying at Saratoga. And if we ever stay there again, I'll want a vehicle so I can drive places because it was a haul sometimes to get from one place to the other.
yeah. Yeah. All right, so you hit the parks that day, went to Hollywood Studios. I'm sure the kids had a blast doing all the things. Oh, did you ride Rock and Roller Coaster before it has been
It,
sunset?
Oh, it's a touchy subject. My my daughter Lucy, that's all she wanted to do, but it was down for most of the time when we were there.
Oh,
So I started questioning. I was like, "Did it already close?" But of course, whenever we were leaving, it was back up and running. And at that time, it was my feet were ready to get back and sit down and be done for the day.
yeah.
So yeah, we did Rise. I think that only had like a 20-minute wait. So
Wow.
that yeah, we waited longer for Midway Mania than we did for Rise of the Resistance. Very strange. It was a
Yes.
weird day.
Gene would probably ask you for proof of that.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
lucky he's not on the podcast.
the time said it was 40 minutes for Rise, and I was like, well, let's hop in line, and we zoomed right through it, and yeah, I'm not complaining. It was
No.
great.
That's awesome. Any epic eats that day? Did you do anything fun for food or?
No, we just ate on Sunset Boulevard. We grabbed lunch there, and then when for dinner, when we got back to Saratoga, we just grabbed something to eat at Artist Palette. I think that's the name of their quick
Okay, I've
service.
heard very mixed reviews of that place. Was it the quick service or was it the sit down?
The quick service.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Was it decent?
Yeah. I mean, it's just normal quick service, normal Disney quick service. Yeah. They had some different options. So yeah, it was. I mean, we ate there a couple times during the trip, so I guess we must have liked it, or it was just easy because it was there. So
All right, so everybody, I'm guessing, tried to get to bed early that night because the next day is the big family 5K.
yeah, and we were getting all of the little ones up early. They were all excited, but I knew it was going to be a long day for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did the 5K. Of course, we were in the very last corral, so it added another hour onto our wait before we took off and could start. Once the race actually started, I think we finally got out of the corral around 6. So it was a long wait, but we had a blast. It was a lot of fun. Just kind of walking around, cruising. Of course, every character stop we got to, it seemed like it had like a 30-minute wait for all the characters by that time. Once the end of the all the corrals would get to the characters, the lines are nuts. So we just kind of would take a selfie with them as we passed someone that we wanted to, and we're just enjoying it, having fun, and yeah, it was great.
Now, has your daughter run a 5K before?
This was her third one. Yeah. So she was just old enough in 2023. I think she was 6 or 7. And then she did it in 25. So yeah, she knew what she was getting into, and she loves them. She's asking when she can do a 10K.
She got bit by the bug.
She does. It's just going to get more and more expensive for me.
Mm-hmm.
So how did your niece, the one, how did she like it all?
She loved it. We were a little nervous, like how much are we gonna have to carry her? She's got little tiny legs, and she's pretty small for her age. But she was a champ. She absolutely loved it, and she was having a blast.
That's awesome. And what color tutus did everybody wear?
Let's see, the guys. We all had green tutus. Of course, it was me and my brother-in-law, and then my nephew. We're all rocking the green tutus. My dad just went with the wings. He didn't he didn't jump in the tutu, but I think he's got some buddies. So he's probably a little nervous. Some photos getting out.
Well,
He'd never hear the end of that.
Hey, the man got to know his limitations.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
what he said. I'm not wearing that. Wings,
But
yes, tutu, no.
Yep, he rocked the Tinkerbell wings with us, and of course we learned from the best, Jody and Tim, and we made sure to run past every photo stop to make sure they didn't catch us walking. So yeah, we had a lot of fun with that.
Were there any problems with cones?
No, we avoided. I made sure to avoid all the cones, and I didn't want to Didn't want to fall over anything, and yep, we were
Now
safe there.
This podcast is Dave approved now. You've ordered the
Yeah.
cones, so you can check them out.
I listened to the podcast and I learned my lesson. And every time I saw a cone randomly placed, I thought of him. So
Poor Dave. He's never going to live this one down.
We're not going to let him live it down. We're not.
Well, that sounds like it was a fun 5K. Any highlights you want to share? I mean, anything?
no, I mean, it was just a lot of fun. It's one of those core memories with doing that with all your family. There was I think there was 11 of us. So it was great.
Did you all
Actually,
cross together?
We let the kids run ahead of us, and we have an awesome picture of them. We finally, after three races with the kids, we coached them through it and got the perfect photo of them crossing the finish line with no one blocking them or in their way. So it took 3 times, but we finally got the photo.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
That's great.
So yeah. And after the 5K, we went straight into Epcot and did breakfast with at Akershus with all the princesses to celebrate.
That's really fun.
Yeah.
I've been there for years. How is that breakfast experience?
It was good. We enjoyed the breakfast. It's breakfast food, so it's nothing crazy, but they're all the croissants and everything that they bring out kind of before, those are really good. They had a chocolate one that I demolished.
Sounds good.
Well, you got a carb load. You got a busy couple of days.
Absolutely. I knew what I was doing. So yeah, it was there's no complaints there. We're not a fan of the dinner there, the food at dinner. So I was like, well, breakfast, let's go give it a shot. And yeah, it was good. Can't complain.
Yeah, I mean, you just ran a princess race, got to see all the princesses. That's perfect.
Yeah, we were ready to go at the day that became available. It was like, this will be fun. We could just walk right in, and we were actually planning on spending our day at Epcot, but we had to pivot with the rain that was supposed to be coming in the following day. That was our Magic Kingdom day, and we knew the kids really wanted to go to Magic Kingdom, so we wanted to make sure that wasn't rained out. And after breakfast, we jumped on the monorail and headed over to Magic Kingdom.
So this is a no shower day. This is, you ran the 5K.
Yeah. Yep. We just walked the 5K. We stayed. I took the tutu off, of course, but
oh, you should have worn it all day.
Yeah. No, don't put that into Kelsey's into her mind. They convinced me to do it, and yeah, we got the photos, everything, and we did breakfast and headed to Magic Kingdom. And we also had some really cool shirts made celebrating Elle for the 5K. Kelsey and my sister made them. They are the celebration buttons. It's a really big photo. It just takes up like the entire chest of the shirt, and all of ours said "I'm celebrating," and then it said Elle's 5th birthday, 25-week NICU baby graduate.
Aww.
And then hers was the birthday button. So we got a lot of compliments on those shirts, and everyone, I knew they would be a big hit. Everyone would see it and knew what it was, and they were all wishing her a happy birthday. She loved it. So yeah, it was great.
That's a really special touch. Good job, Kelsey.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, so you spent the rest of the day running around Magic Kingdom. Did the kids crash at any point in time? Because they got up at what, 2 a.m.?
Yeah, I think they were up at 2:30. My sister, her 2 kids, they still have a double stroller, so they were able to take a nap. Lucy was a champ. She made it all the way till probably 4:00. And she passed out on Main Street. We were sitting on the curb, and she was just, some of them were inside shopping in the Emporium, and she was just sitting on the curb, and I look over and she's just fast asleep. And I was like, oh, how am I going to get her back to the hotel? This is bad.
Yeah, because at 9, it's a little bigger to carry than
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
little.
So I let her sleep, get about a 15-minute power nap, and I was like, "Hey, Lucy, come on." She woke up and was like, "All right." She was a champ. Couldn't I don't know how she did it because I was grumpy and I was tired, but she was great.
That's
All the kids
awesome.
were. I think they each took like the other two took like an hour nap, but they were great. I was a little worried with what we were getting into, taking three kids, doing the 5K, then just trying to go to the parks right after. But it was
Yeah.
great.
Wow, they're troopers.
Yeah.
More energy than I do, that's for certain. So then, did you go to dinner anywhere, or did you just head back to the resort?
We just headed back to the resort. I think that was the day my dad and my mom went to a turf club at Saratoga. One of my dad's high school friends happened to be in Orlando or in the area, so he drove over and met them at turf club, and they went and had dinner. The four of them.
Nice.
Uh, they they loved it. They actually liked the food better at turf club than they did at Artist Point at the Snow White the night
Wow.
before. My dad had a, I think my dad had the prime rib at both locations, and he liked it more at the turf club.
Oh,
So I
there
don't
you
know.
go. Never know.
So yeah, they said it was a great dinner, and then we just grabbed. I think we snacked at Magic Kingdom that day. We had a late lunch at Pecos Bills, and then we just kind of got something when we got back to the hotel because we knew we would be hungry later. So we just snagged something
Yeah.
once again from Artist Palette.
Yeah. It
Try not
worked
to
out.
get those two confused.
All right, so then off to bed for you because the next day you guys had to run the 10K. Now, I had heard that the weather was quite questionable for the 10K. So,
Yeah, yeah. So all night it looked like it. I was kind of convinced it probably wasn't going to happen. It Run Disney sent out an email. Uh, I think at like early afternoon, and they said they'd be updating everyone at 8 o'clock on the race, and the radar did not look good.
ooh,
It slowly improved as the night went along, and at 8 o'clock they sent out the email and said, "Hey, we're good to go. Some of the entertainment may be limited due to the storms, but yeah, we're good to go." So we were expecting the worst whenever we got up that morning, and it was actually it wasn't bad.
wow, that's
They
great.
we dodged a bullet there. It rained, I think in 2025 at Dopey for the half. It was raining
Oh,
that day, and it
Uh-huh.
was it was a
Cats.
lot worse. Yeah, it was a lot worse than it was for the 10K this weekend. So we had I was kind of looking at the weather before we left, and we ordered some plastic shoe covers. we were we were we were in the ponchos, plastic shoe covers. I was looking like Dexter or something. um, so
Those
yeah,
plastic shoe covers, I did not see until that race weekend of 2025, and I went ahead and bought some just that have them in case of emergency for another race weekend because nothing is worse starting a race with wet feet. Back in the
yeah,
day when we used to have to go to the corrals way out in the grass and we
yeah,
used to walk 800 miles to the start of the races. I hated because you walk through the grass and then your dry shoes would get wet before the race. I hated that. So
yep.
glad that we don't do that anymore. But that was
Yeah, I
smart.
think I'm still scarred from 2023 when we had to do that and they made
Yes,
everyone do the grass, and I'm like, my feet are
exactly.
soaking wet now.
Yes,
So
that's
yeah, we were trying to plan ahead, but we dodged a bullet. It wasn't bad at all. It was just kind of maybe a light drizzle, and then it stopped right at 4:30, and we were ready to go. And the weather was nice. You just kind of had to avoid some of the puddles on the course, but could have
yeah.
been a lot worse.
What was the theme for the 10K? Which princess?
The 10K was, oh man. Oh, it was Moana.
Moana. Oh, fun. Awesome.
And the probably one of the coolest entertainment pieces I've seen on a Run Disney course was on the 10K in Epcot. They had the Polynesian drummers in the breezeway of the Connections eatery or whatever that is in Epcot, in that breezeway, right at the end where you had to make a U-turn. They had a bunch of Polynesian drummers, and then so we were kind of running up, and you hear the echoing, and I was like, "What is going on in there?" So I instantly get my phone out and start recording, and we run up, and they're all drumming, and there's like fire, and it was so cool. And then
Kind of
they
like
stopped.
Blue Owl.
Yeah,
Remember
exactly.
Blue Owl that back in the day? That's cool.
And then they stopped, and one of them had a shell, and we would just happen to be running by right when, and then they stop, and he starts blowing into it, and then they start drumming again, and it was like that was really cool. I hope
That
they do that at all of the race weekends at some point, because that was one of the entertainment pieces that I remember from the whole weekend.
that's awesome. I've never seen anything like that. That's really cool.
Yeah, at first I thought it was the janitors, because I know they are usually out at some point, but yeah, it was really cool. So hopefully, Run Disney incorporates them more into the race,
Awesome.
all the different race weekends.
Any other highlights from the 10K?
It was just really wet. I was trying to make sure everyone was walking whenever we hit the boardwalk. I was like, do not run on the wood slats at the boardwalk.
Yeah, that could be quite slippery.
They did all of the entertainment. Run Disney did a great job with having a plan in place for the rain. They all had they kind of moved all the entertainment around World Showcase where they were kind of covered and could hide from the rain. So they did a great job with their backup plans. I know they probably had a million different things going through trying to make sure the race could still happen, but they did a great job. One character I've never seen was the trolls from Frozen.
Wow,
They were out in Norway. And
that's cool. I've never seen
yeah,
that.
I've never seen them. So that was a cool character stop. We just took a selfie with them, of course. We didn't wait in the line.
So you, Kelsey, your wife, and your sister or brother-in-law, who ran the ticket?
It was me, Kelsey, my sister, and then Kelsey's friend from Colorado, her high school friend.
Okay.
We were
Awesome.
visited the K. My brother-in-law didn't. For some reason, we didn't sign him up for the challenge, and nobody really knew why.
Well, because it was registration morning and it's chaotic and crazy.
Yeah, that's probably what it. Yeah, that's probably what it was.
All right. Well, that sounds like a fun morning. I'm glad the rain didn't derail all the plans and there was still entertainment out there. And I think that Polynesian entertainment is really cool that they had that. I saw a video of that. That looked really awesome. So
Yeah.
I like when they throw things like that into race weekends.
Yeah, it was unexpected, but it was really cool. So
So did the kids make you guys go to the parks later that day?
they did. We ended up at Epcot on Saturday. Trying to think. Yeah, so we did a lot of the rides we could there, and then just tried to take. We were just saying, hey, let's take one lap around World Showcase and get out of here and try to save our legs for tomorrow. We ended up grabbing a reservation at Via Napoli and kind of carb loaded a little bit there with some pizza and pasta. So
Last minute reservation or
yeah,
wow.
we snagged two because I mean there was such a large party. We had a top for 6, and then my wife was able to get one for 4. So
Wow.
and we got them within 10 minutes of each other, and actually went up and asked if they could combine them. And they were like, yeah, no problem. And we sat at that really long table right in the middle of the restaurant there. It was
That's cool.
great.
That's
We have a
really
lot of luck. We have a lot of luck with Via Napoli. We usually eat there every trip, and for some reason, we always sit at that table. So it's kind of become our Epcot dining table.
That's super fun. All right. So again, another night that you had to get to bed because the next day is the big half marathon day. And so who in your crew participated in the half marathon?
So yeah, that was me, my wife, and my sister, and then my brother-in-law ran the half, and Kelsey's friend from high school, Ashley, she ran the half with two of friends that she brought. We were so yeah, we were all in the very last corral all weekend. None of them had a proof of.
Just to put things into perspective here, Anthony normally is up in corral like A or B.
Yeah.
That's how I met him. So I'm normally up in the front corral. So I guess you were being a good spouse
I was. Yeah. I was like, hey, we're gonna run this together. We're all gonna. I got you. I'll help you. So yeah, my brother-in-law somehow was up in, I think, Corral E. So he was a little nervous of the balloon ladies, and he started off by himself, and we are like, oh, we'll catch you. And we never caught him.
And Anthony is good at catching people. He caught us on the marathon. It was the marathon morning you caught us, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I think I caught you at mile 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, he started in E and we were all in G, or no, F, I think it was the last one. And we had to get in the corral early so we could catch the first wave. So it made it a long morning. It made it even longer. I got them to finally agree that when we do the next one, we're going to get proof of times for all of them.
It helps. It definitely helps. So
yeah, because I think every morning we had to, once the races started, it was still another hour until they got to our corral so we could take off.
Yeah.
So we got in the corral right at 3:45, 3:50, and we were there waiting till 5:50.
That's a long time of sitting around in a corral.
Yeah.
At least you were all together.
Yeah, we had good company, so it went fast. It was okay.
We have not talked about yet, and I guess we should address is this race weekend happened right after the passing of Jeff Galloway. So I saw on the socials that they did a lot of tribute to him in the mornings. I'm sure it was incredibly difficult for his daughter-in-law, Carissa, to be a race announcer talking about her father-in-law. I heard John say a couple of things, but was there any, I know sometimes it's hard to hear when you're in the corral. Sometimes it echoes or you just can't quite hear anything, but did you have any moment where you got to hear any of the tribute to Jeff?
Yeah, they played a tribute video each morning, and yeah, it was tough. It was emotional. I don't know how Carissa was able to get up there and continue on. It was a lot for sure. It was really touching when we finished the 5K. We turned the corner right where he usually stands and cheers everyone on. They had a chair there with kind of a tribute to him, and that hit hard. It gave you chills. It was a lot. You could see how much he means to the community and how special he was. So. Yeah. And then they had that for the half as well. I don't know if you saw the ending with all the different pacers, how they finished. I didn't get to see it in person. I wish I did, but seeing the videos of it, it was a great tribute. It was great.
So for those of you who have not seen the video yet, the last runner went through, and then all the pacers went and locked arms and walked across the finish line together in honor of Jeff, which I just think such a nice nod and tribute to him, because such an important part of our community and a believer in everyone. I mean, no matter your capabilities or if you think you can do it or not, he looked at you and said, "You can do it." He was just a huge, just a positive influence, and will be very much missed. So, didn't mean to bring down the mood, but I was just that I just think that the timing of that all had to be pretty emotional and hard, for everybody, and because he was just it's such a huge part of Run Disney.
Yeah, I think it just happened a day or two right before. So
Wednesday, yeah.
they did a great job honoring him. And yeah, the special touch, right? After every race, the chair they had some friendship bracelets and all that. It was great. There was a lot of the green ribbons, people wearing green ribbons as well, in his honor.
Very nice. So. Very nice. Okay, so half marathon gets started. You start early in the morning. This is one of the only 2 half marathons that actually run through the castle, the other one being Marathon Weekend. So Wine and Dine and Springtime Surprise do not run through the castle. But Princess Race Weekend, it does. And one of the things I've always loved about Princess Race Weekend is the costumes, because, man, some of these ladies, they absolutely just slay with their costumes. So did you see anything amazing, Anthony?
Yes. There was one lady, I think she took off in corral. She was early. She was wearing a bright pink dress. I honestly don't know. She was dressed as like a ice cream sundae or something.
I know what she was.
Okay.
She was one of the stage characters from the Beauty and the Beast online stage show.
Okay.
Shortcake, is that the one in a full dress? That's exactly, yeah. That's who she was. She was one of the stage characters from Beauty and the Beast live on stage.
So yeah, that was unreal. Seeing we saw her take off, and everyone was just like, "Whoa! Like, how are you doing a half like that?" Yeah. And then we passed her on the course, and she was a highlight. Everyone running up, taking selfies with her. That was crazy.
I also saw a woman who had on a full-length gown that had a red rose on it for Beauty and the Beast that I think it lit up maybe, but she had on a full-length gown. Absolutely stunning. I mean, I don't know how people run in that, but
yeah,
I'm lucky to stumble through my runs. So.
Yeah, it was unreal. Some of the costumes, that lady from the Beauty and the Beast, that one stuck out where it was like, holy crap, check this out.
Yeah. Any cool highlights from the course that you want to talk to us about?
I mean, it was a lot. It was same as Marathon Weekend, down to almost specifically where some of the entertainment was. I remember from Marathon Weekend 2025, like off the exit ramp or the roundabout at like mile 10 and a half or something, there's 2 of the DJs, the female ladies, they're yelling at everyone. They were in the same spot, so it was kind of like deja vu all over again.
You know who that is?
I do not.
Her name is Jody, and it's John Pelkey's wife.
Okay.
Yeah. Pelkey, the race announcer, that's his wife, who's one of those 2 ladies. Like sometimes they do a cornhole there, sometimes they like just encourage that's who that is. His wife.
So I always remember them. I don't know.
Well, now you know her name because
remember. I will not forget her name. So yeah, it was a lot of the same. I mean, even down to having Mickey and Minnie at the end of Main Street there, where you could take a selfie with them. But it was great. We loved it.
Is this someone's first half marathon, or am I making that up? No, am I getting that confused with somebody? Okay, sorry.
Nope. Yeah, no. It was their second. My wife and my sister and brother-in-law. It was their second half marathon that they've done. And it was funny. My wife, before the race, we were talking, and she's like, "Yeah, I have a goal, but I don't want to say it out loud in case it doesn't happen." And I was like, "Well, what is it?" I was like, "I can help you." She's like, well, I want to break 3 hours. And I was like, we can do that. I was like, come on, I got you. So, yeah, I helped her and my sister. They killed it. She set my wife, they both set PRs. My wife, I think, beat hers by 20 minutes.
Wow,
So yeah,
that's amazing.
yeah, she killed it. So I was really proud of both of them.
Congratulations, Kelsey. That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
there was a really cool at the end of after you pass the choir, there was a princess pit stop. They had all of the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique people out, and they were sprinkling glitter on everyone so you could run underneath them. That was really cool. So I have a video of my wife running through, and all of the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique
Oh, to get
people.
pixie dusted right before the finish line.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought that was really cool. I saw a big sign that said like Princess Pit Stop up ahead, and I was like, oh, what is that? And my sister, she missed it. She didn't see it. So I was glad we saw that, and I was yelling at my wife. I was like, go, I'll take a video. So she was running through, and that was really cool.
The first year I did Princess, they did it when we got our medals.
Okay.
They put it on you when you got your medal. So,
That's
but I
cool.
kind of like it, before you get to the finish lines, and then you're all glittery and pretty when you fine. Awesome. Any other highlights or anything great about that race?
No, it was, I mean, we didn't really, there wasn't a lot of character stops for us there. There was a lot of, some longer lines once again, just with us being at the back of the pack. But we would just stop and take selfies. We got to stop at every mile marker, of course, and got that. And I made sure to cross all of the checkpoints before Kelsey, all the timing checkpoints. So I had
Tim
to.
has
Yep.
taught you his bad habits.
Tim has taught me well.
Oh, darn Timmy.
I did let her. She took the 20K. I was like, you know what? I was like, you're crushing it. I was like, I'll let you beat me on this one. So she got me there. But yeah, we had a lot of fun. The choir. I love that they added that at every single race. I think that used to just be the marathon, but I love that they're out for all of them now.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, my mom and dad had all the kids at the finish line waiting for us. They made signs and were ready to cheer us on. So it was great.
Awesome. So you got to see the kids at the finish line. Did you do anything to celebrate that day?
We went, and it's kind of become our thing. After every race weekend, we always head to Bar Riva and grab a lunch at the Riviera. So
Love Riva. We were just talking about this the other day. I think it's completely underrated.
it is. It's yeah. We love. I love the place, and we always it's kind of after both dopies. We somehow ended up there, and we were looking for somewhere to go after we went back to our room and showered and cleaned up. We were looking for somewhere to go and eat, and I was like, well, hey, let's just go to Bar Riva again. It's kind of our thing. So we headed there for some celebratory drinks and lunch. And yeah, it was great.
Nice. Yeah, it's good there. I think although they don't take any discounts, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It's worth it. So, all right. Well, anything else you want to share about this? I mean, it was a really special weekend celebrating your niece, and then all of you getting to run the half marathon together. Anything you want to share or add that we didn't get a chance to talk about?
No, I mean, it was just it's
Oh, let's talk about what you crazy man did that day. You didn't have Medal Monday, did you?
No, I did not have Medal Monday. This is actually the second time I've done this as well. I did it after Dopey once. And yeah. So we pulled my daughter out of school for 2 days. She was actually off Friday, it was a built-in snow day. So she was out of school for 2 days, and we were trying to cut down on how much school time she'd miss now that she's in fourth grade, and trying to save some PTO and just kind of stretch that as much as we could. So we flew home that night. That was a very long night, long day.
Lonnie just did that in California too.
Yeah.
So to make it worse, we flew into Indianapolis, and I live in southern Indiana, 2 hours away. So once we landed, we still had a 2 hour drive home.
Oh.
So we ended up.
Anthony, so on the day you left, your flight left at 6 a.m. What time did you leave your house that day?
Well, my in-laws actually live in Indianapolis, so
Okay.
we went up and we crashed at their house the night before. So we were good there, but coming home was a different story. It was a long day. I think I was up. It was a 22-hour day with like 40,000 steps.
Oh,
That's a killer. But worth
Yeah.
it. Killer, but
It was worth it. Yeah, for sure. It was worth it. We're all recovered now, and it was great. But yeah, doing it after Dopey was much worse.
yeah. I did it after just Goofy one time, and that was terrible. But I can't
Yeah.
imagine after Dopey. Oh, not fun.
Yeah, but we survived, and it was a great weekend. We loved just all the family time, all the memories we made. It's something we will never forget.
Yeah. What a great way to celebrate such a big occasion. That's awesome. Do you have any race weekends coming up? Anything on your calendar?
Nothing yet. I'm a big Donald Duck fan, so seeing Marathon Weekend, all of the theming, it's really, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we're kind of fond of ducks ourselves over here, so we're gonna see if we can snag some bibs. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
May the odds be in your favor, Anthony.
Yep.
It's on St. Patrick's Day is registration day, so I guess good luck to all of us.
It's coming up. So yeah, we'll see. We were eyeing Wine and Dine, but just with the registration happening right before we were leaving for Princess, we didn't want to commit to anything, and so we'll see.
That registration was a nutso. So
That one was crazy as well. It was.
Yeah.
So,
They all
well,
are.
Anthony, thank you so much. Right now, though, we're going to transition to what some say. Well, you listen to the show, Anthony, so you probably say it's probably you listen to it for this part, which is the best part, quacking up with the ducks. Jody B, can you
Yes,
quack us
sir.
up?
You know, I'm really not good at this, but I always try. So, why do princesses have great service?
I don't know.
They always get a royal reception.
Ah, nice. Jody B, you came in strong. You set the tone. That was a good one.
I tried.
Anthony, can you quack us up?
Oh, let's see. So I actually started taking my daughter to school in the morning. Every time I get in the car, I'm a big singer. I love to get some karaoke tunes on in the car and sing. The only thing is, I only sing when the car is in reverse. I can't sing when it's in drive. I make sure and tell my daughter that I am an official backup singer.
Oh, that's good. I like that one.
That was a good one. That was, I hate to even follow that.
And your dad talking about your daughter, that's like a perfect dad joke. That was
The
awesome.
donor, the
absolutely.
backup. I was like, where is it going? And you nailed it. So I don't have a joke, but unfortunately, I was following the socials, and the paramedics reported that someone passed out at the Ferris wheel, Mickey's Ferris wheel at Disneyland. Did you hear that?
No.
No.
Yeah, that's okay though, because the paramedics said they were coming around slowly.
Nailed it.
I try my best sometimes. So So thank you, Anthony, once again for joining us today. Guys, once again, if you like what you hear, please give us a review. Follow us on our socials. We can be found at Disney with the Ducks on Facebook and at Disney with the Ducks on Instagram. So active community, we like to, hop in and respond and post, and that way you can talk to Jody B as well, because we know everybody wants to talk to Jody B. So with that being said, guys, I think we have to honor John and say Kwaharini.
Bye, friends.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you,
Anthony.
Anthony.
You did great, sir.
Awesome. It was a lot of fun.
It was fun. Sorry, my phone was blowing up. Tim is in Phoenix, and I'm like, I'm on a podcast right now. And he's like, don't you have to take Landon to soccer? I'm like, yes, in 15 minutes. And we're fine. So checking up on me all the way from Phoenix.
Well, Tim runs a tight ship, even in Phoenix.
Yeah, he does. He does. Well, Anthony, okay, awesome. Lonnie doesn't even know what we're talking about.
Don't even know what you're talking about. I can't wait to hear it. Jody B is always considerate, though. I know that. So